We started working on this project after we got an information from the project manager of SDSU Interdisciplinary Engineering Building Project. It was a concern about team performance and unresolved issues during the project process and the construction. And that brought our team, we were employed to come and profile a solution and resolve the issues at hand with the project. So we first started by developing a team charter where we consider the team purpose and the mission, because mission and purpose work together to guide us on how to work and how to be productive. So the project delivery team will work together to enhance efficiency in production as well as improve the delivery time of finished goods. The aim is to complete the project before time and also reduce the time it costs for us goods to come from the production site to the construction site, which actually causes delay. We were also thinking of lean as a very important aspect of our design, trying to cut on human resource waste and even material or other forms of physical waste. So we have a mission statement, which is to facilitate an efficient and safe working environment as well as give the best output. Because if our output is not so good, if our end product, we haven't met the need of the project, the functional needs, the workable need, the aesthetic needs of this project, then we haven't really done so much. So as part of the team charter, we have our duration and time commitment. So project started on the 5th of November 2016 and is supposed to end or to be completed finally, like the final commissioning should be on the 1st of August 2019. But we are thinking of how we could work faster so that by the 3rd week of June, we have our project ready, we have everything, and we'll be talking about the final aspect of the punch list. The project scope is about the activities that occur within the production site, the decisions and activities that are outside the physical production site. We don't really have much control over that, but we can document it and think about how it will be integrated properly to our project site and the delivery time and how it affects us, because decisions made outside the site for production materials and things we're expecting, it kind of affects the pace at which we move on the site. And then we have the members of the team. So I am Benjamin Okenwa. I am an architect and I'm the team leader with Philip Grader, who is the general contractor. Alex Sanchez is the representative from the design team. He's also an architect. And Ashley Jenkins, who is the representative from the subcontractor. So she's an architect and represents the subcontractors. As we have other teams in the project, we have the subcontractors team, we have the mechanical engineers, the structural engineers, the civil engineers. But the four of us are the key participants, the main team members. And now we're looking at the desired end result of this project. Different projects have end results or what we are driving at achieving. But for this project, the aim of the team is to change the current situation of the project by maximizing first cost value over long-term operational cost. Because there have been issues of cost in this project, and there are issues where they are already going ahead of the preferred cost for this design or for this construction. And we are trying as change makers, as a team, using the IPD principles to cut down on cost, to consider cost and even other components that affect the costing of the project. We want to create at least 75% reduction in the late finished goods delivery, and it also affects cost, and it also delays time on our schedule. When goods are coming in later than expected, you want your goods now and it's coming in after 2 weeks or after a couple of days, it's kind of delays us. We are working towards a finish date of before August 1st, but we aim to complete this project by the 3rd week of June to give over 1 month for final punch list and all. And the team will also aim to attain a minimum of lead silver certification to develop a design that meets our clients' needs, both functionally and aesthetically. And of course, the HSE factor will be greatly considered in our design and construction, which is health, safety, and environment. The supporting resources we'll be needing. To achieve this, we need resources. We need a co-location facility. We need experienced human resources, such as a new team leader with a strong administrative experience. And also we need representative for the subcontractor and for the head of BIM unit to coordinate all of the BIM activities. So these are the supporting resources we are going to be needing for this project. We need access to production planning SME. We need historical records of past events and past transactions that have been going on this project before our team were called upon to come and work on the project and bring a solution to resolve things going on. And we have a reporting plan briefly, and our reporting plan is at the end of the week, or there will be weekly meetings from different teams in the project, the BIM team, the subcontractors team, the electrical team, and all of them. But at the end of every week, the team leader will provide weekly report of all of the meetings. We highlight points where we need to work on. We highlight goods that have not been delivered. We highlight goods that have been delivered. We highlight all of the things, and even a copy of this will be sent to the president of the university who employed our team to come work for this project through the Office of the Planning and Physical Development. The deliverables of the team will be a series of documents outlining the current status of this project and also changes in the project that will benefit cost, drive down late delivery, and all of those other stuffs. And that is what my team is looking to work towards. And so I've just introduced our design charter, and my other colleagues will take you through the schedule and the co-location plan and other things we have involved. Thank you.
The co-location plan that we propose addresses the issues that have been brought up in the issue resolution log. The plan considers the team members involved, the layout, the big office concept, and the meeting plan. The co-location office will be located in an existing building in the University Parking Lot A. We will be leasing a portion of the building for the duration of the project, and it is within walking distance from the site. The floor plan consists of several spaces, including a studio, a closet for document storage, and a big room. The studio will have an open floor plan to encourage collaboration between the team members. The studio will have 8 desks adjacent to each other, shelving for organizing reference materials, and plotters for printing and scanning documents of different sizes. The big room will contain a conference table for 8 to 10 people, a projector screen, and a small lounge space to create a laid-back environment. The meeting plan can be found in the team charter document, which details how scheduling will be coordinated to maximize the team's efficiency and improve communication across all individuals involved in the project.
So there is no strong disparity from the existing traffic route of the site to what we have been able to design in our logistic plan. We have 2 primary pedestrian routes of the site redirected to the eastern part of the project, where we have a covered walkway protecting the pedestrian and the students from a harm or whatever that's going on the site, especially knowing that the tower crane is located close to the walkway. The vehicular access is normal as it's been. I have a temporary employee parking next to the site. We have one main entry which is for trucks and big vehicles, and there is a delivery and lay down yard there and a temporary unloading dock. And we have another secondary entry more for pedestrians and walkers or whoever wants to walk in. Either ways, we have all our entries are protected, and we have perimeter fence around to helps prevent things happening outside the site from affecting the site, and whatever is happening inside the site from also affecting outside. So it's more like a very safe site, no much difference in the logistic and utilization plan.
One of our current issues involves a large budget overrun as compared to our allowable cost. So to remedy this situation, we have decided to look at some of the major factors. One of the major factors is the concrete, which is over budget by about $2 million. After exploring some of the various methods, we discovered one that has potentially large savings. This is called the bubble flooring method. This method will allow for us to save on up to 35% of the concrete material used without causing any structural decrease in the structural integrity. Aside from that, there's also a 2 to 10% cost savings as compared to using the traditional method. We believe that we can hit this 10% cost savings or even go over that. As we see, if we hit the minimum 2% cost savings, it's still going to save over $200,000. But if we hit closer to the 10% cost savings, is going to be well over $1 million. As you see in the picture on the left, it uses the same type of formwork, but instead of filling the entire concrete slab with just concrete, there are hard plastic balls that are put in place to take up a large portion of the middle of the slab. The budget also shows that the finishes are way over the allowed projected budget. To get this more in line, we decided to look at particularly flooring options. Our greatest recommendation currently is the polished concrete option. Instead of using tile or laminate, we already have the concrete in place. So what we would do is we would take the concrete, buff the top, and apply a stain and finish to it. The concrete provides lots of benefits. It's extremely durable. It can have almost any finish or look to it. It's very easy to clean, and it's stain and water resistant. One of the only downsides to polished concrete is that it can be very noisy. Whereas carpet is slightly more expensive, but it will be much quieter. That's why we believe that carpet can take the place in a few of the smaller areas such as offices, where it would be much more beneficial if it was quiet. By using this polished concrete and carpet combo, we can have a material cost savings of well over $350,000 as compared to more expensive options such as the tiles, the laminates, or any of the hard fabricated floors. Not only that, the cost savings for installation alone will also save a couple $100,000. This combined with our savings from the new method for the bubble flooring will get us close to a $2 million savings total.
It was requested that we make a recommendation for the type of structure used on this project. We began by focusing on two areas, which were the project's location and cost. This project is located in San Diego, and San Diego County is located in Seismic Zone 4, which is the highest seismic zone. In regards to cost, since the project is currently over budget, it was really important that the structure type chosen would be of reasonable cost. The two structure types we looked at were structural steel and concrete. Structural steel is extremely strong, tough, and ductile. The majority of steel is manufactured from recycled materials. Even though the price of steel can fluctuate, it is still typically less expensive than reinforced concrete. Now, concrete has a relatively high compressive strength, but it lacks tensile strength. A benefit in regards to cost of concrete is that the price remains relatively consistent, but concrete also requires a lot of ongoing maintenance and repairs. So after looking at the two types of structure, we ultimately decided structural steel would be the best choice for this project. Steel is the best fit for this project because it is 8 times stronger in tension and shear than concrete. Steel is resilient, concrete is not. Steel is more predictable than concrete, and steel does not have quality control problems.
One of the major concerns for the owner was the actual completion date and how we were going to get to that. In a separate document, we have a much more detailed schedule that shows exactly when we want to hit all of our big milestones. But this schedule is a bit more watered down, just showing the major components. We're going to start with the south building, and our plan is to complete the floors by completing second floor, then the third floor, then the fourth floor, and then lastly finishing up on the first floor. We chose this order for multiple reasons. The first is that it can help shorten the schedule for the completion of the building. Once we get the second floor slab built, then we can start work on the first floor, getting all the underground utilities in place, and then we can build up from there. This also keeps the foot traffic from causing any damage to the first floor and allowing us to complete that last. This also allows for the fire marshal to have a big period of time in which he can come and inspect our projects near the end. We have allotted about 2 months in between each inspection, so we believe that'll be plenty of time. Then as we look, the north building starts slightly after the south building. This is because the crews are just going to follow. As the south building excavation and everything gets completed, then that crew will move towards the north building. The same order applies for this also. We're going to start on the second floor, then move to the third floor, and lastly the first floor. And the north building only has 3 floors, so it works out quite well. Our final date will be July 31st, so we know that we will be able to have turnover by August 1st, 2019.
A trustee requested that we take a look at a modern glass and steel entry to the building. As you can see, the proposed design is a Spanish Mission Revival type of architecture. In order to design a modern glass and steel entry, we decided to redesign the middle portion of the building. As you can see, we designed the whole middle part out of glass and steel and incorporated wood elements such as the mullions and the lumber that goes over the roof. We incorporated these wood elements to help better connect the two architectural styles. A feasibility study was conducted, and after further review, it is recommended that this option is not pursued. The cost would be about $300,000 on top of the original scope, and since the project is currently over budget, it does not make sense to add this expensive element to the design.
A new employee package has been developed by the team to share our purpose, values, and culture of the project to new hires as the project progresses. The package is broken up into the following sections: team values, team culture, team purpose, and introduction to the team. The team values page emphasizes 4 elements that we consider essential for team building. The values are safety, quality, efficiency, and good design. Each category breaks down how we use them for developing our values, such as creating standards for safety, strategies for developing high-quality results, our philosophy on efficiency, and measures we take to make sure we deliver good design. The team culture page also uses 4 elements that we consider important for developing a strong team culture, which includes collaboration, transparency, a welcoming environment, and trust. These elements are adopted from IPD philosophy and are essential for establishing professional ethics. The team purpose page is a brief introduction to the new employees on the status of the project, how we plan to deliver successful results, and procedures to ensure that we meet the client's needs. It reiterates the team charter document and provides basic information about the project. The final page, Meet the Team, introduces the primary team members for the different offices involved and outlines the responsibilities to help new employees learn who they will be assisting